Grandpa died in his home. He wanted to die in his home. Hospice was there. The family was there. I think we'll all agree if we remember the time with Johnny Rollins. This is a sacred moment. There's a sacred moment, but there wasn't anything funny that happened that Grandpa did to provide the laughter. This was told to me by the best friend of the minister that was there. So Grandpa died. The family started the prayer circle around him, and they're crying. Of course, this is one of the saddest times we'll ever go through. At this sacred moment, the phone rings. Now, who's going to stop and answer the phone? Nobody. On the 9th ring, the recorder-phone goes off, and whose voice is on the recorder-phone? Grandpa's. And what does everybody hear at this sacred moment? Hi, I'm not here right now. And they all just look at it, and they start laughing a bit. And then the next thing really got him, because the message on, he goes, and leave a message, because I'm not sure when I'll be back. Is that funny? That's hysterical. Is it okay to laugh at it? You bet it's okay to laugh at it. That's very important to laugh at that. Why? It's a funny, honest moment. And that's what this whole series has been about, all these classes. There's a funny moment that happens. Take it. It's okay. Just because it's serious doesn't mean we can't laugh. And just because we're laughing doesn't mean it's not serious. It's actually a gift we get to get us through it. Now, we're going to talk about some funerals on this one. And this was taught to me by Dr. Alan Cohn, Rabbi Dr. Alan Cohn. He said, what you do at a funeral, and you probably know this, you can bring humor to a funeral, and how you do it, you evoke a pleasant memory about the person. Now, the story I'm about to tell you, it didn't work that way. Told to me by Chaplain Steve Smith. He's actually conducting the funeral. He's reciting the eulogy that he wrote with the woman before she died. Read it this way. I want the service to go this way. So as the service is going, and the chaplain is reading the eulogy, he hears people in the congregation saying, who's this guy talking about? And he also hears, she wasn't that nice. And then they hear him go, boy, this guy's got the wrong funeral. He figured out quickly what they were doing was they realized this wasn't her. He didn't have the wrong funeral. She wasn't as nice as she wrote she was. She was a little bit salty. And he figured this out real quick. He said, so David, I read the eulogy a little faster. Finally, I got to the end, and she wanted the funeral to end this way. She wanted to end it with Somewhere Over the Rainbow. But he couldn't announce a song. Here's how it ended. He goes, and here's a song that exemplifies her life. She chose this song because she wants you to remember her this way. Nods to the funeral director. The funeral director has the CD of The Wizard of Oz in the machine, hits the wrong track, ding dong, the witch is dead comes on. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. There are funny things that happen in going through the grieving process, and we have to appreciate it. Dan Hurst is going to tell you about one now, and after that, we're going to go a little roll, a little stroll, a little bimble, as the Brits say, down memory lane, and kind of bring back everybody you've met in this class, their thoughts and final thoughts about grief and why we have to laugh to get through it.
One case in particular, I remember I was officiating a funeral. And, you know, at the end of the funeral service, the family gathers around the casket. Everybody has left the auditorium. The family is there for the final viewing. It's a very sad moment for so many people. And nobody knows what to say. And it's quiet, it's awkward. There's, you hear somebody weeping softly here and there. One of her daughters, completely innocently, not even realizing what she had said, if Mom knew that we had buried her in that dress, she would just die. And there was this little snicker, and then a giggle, and then a laugh, and pretty soon they're all laughing and hugging and crying and laughing and hugging and crying. And that was when you realized we're going to be okay. We're going to get through this together.
That human contact, I mean, it's the best.
No matter how brutal your situation, some joy inside that pain can reduce the pain.
I have written a book called Buddy's Candle because of how I felt with grief. And the essence of it is this.
If you can't use the grief to become a better human being, if you can't use the grief to come out on the other side with a livelier view of life.
You go up to heaven, and he says, I want to show you a parade of all the children who've died this week. And in the parade is my patient. And I said, it's beautiful. They're all carrying a gorgeous candle. Yeah. And then I said, wait, there's a kid coming with a dark candle. The angel says, go light it. And I run up, and it's my patient. And I said to the boy, your candle's out, I'm here to light it. And he said, Dr. Siegel, they do, but your tears keep putting it out.
Because you know that your time here is limited. And so I say to people, you try to squeeze every drop of joy and laughter and fun you can get out of it, because you have no idea when the last drop is going to fall.
So when I'm in a room with someone dying, I'm going to make it a fun, loving experience.
I don't believe God created us to be sad sacks. I don't. When we look out, all we have to do is look with our eyes. We have to open our eyes and see the beauty around us and know that there is joy in that beauty around us.
It all really boils down to this concept of, do you have joy in your life?
Joy's the reason for living. If you don't have joy, there's no reason. You might as well just go.
Really what the word means is brightness. And it's the idea that I was in a dark place and some joy came into my life and there was a brightness and I was able to see things differently.
If you can't find joy in everything, then you got to re-examine what you're doing.
Joy is not humor, it is what happens when you use humor to allow life to develop.
When you build your life in that way, then it becomes very meaningful.
Life is a collection of all these present moments, and then it's over. And when you're watching someone when it's over, you start thinking about, am I collecting enough of them? So
Don't burn out, burn up. You know, live your life, enjoy it.
The message is that you can survive unthinkable things, and you can have hope that you're going to survive, and you will survive, and then you will be happy again.
Use the time you have to be happy. I'm not going to let anybody steal my happiness.
I learned a long time ago that the best thing in life to do was to make a choice about how you felt about it and how you reacted, so that being happy is a choice. It's not something that just happens usually unless you make that choice.
If I've been told I shouldn't laugh, I couldn't laugh, I'm not supposed to laugh, it's inappropriate, tough. Really, tough nuggets, ducks. I mean, I'm serious.
That's Roberta. That's her. That's it. If it's funny, she's going to laugh. And we all should too. If it's a funny moment, it's okay. Because just because we're laughing doesn't mean it's not serious. We know that. And just because it's serious doesn't mean we can't laugh if it's an honest moment. So many wonderful things people told us in this class. Don't burn out. Burn up. Live your life. Enjoy it. Live your life, enjoy it. And life isn't about the moment that it's gone. Life is about those moments that you lived. You have to live it. I told you, all these people are wonderful to do that. And remember Nancy Saltzman too. Go for that life preserver. Man, go for that, because that's what humor is. That's going to take you out from drowning in the deepest of emotions. And we have to let the sadness happen. We have to accept the sadness. And while we accept the sadness, we also have to let the joyful memories of that person's life enter in. Because what does that do? What does that do to all of us? It keeps that candle lit. And I want all of you going through grief to keep that candle lit that Bernie was talking about. Keep it lit. That's the joy. That's the happiness. That's the life that they lived, and that's what you remember. We have to be careful not to let our tears put it out. If the tears put it out, relight the candle, let the joyful memories come. Stay amused, folks. Keep laughing.